Well, Ventersdorp in the Northwest Province has been in the news for all the bad reasons. Racial tension has polarized the black and white residents of the area over a long time. But two farmers would not stand on the sidelines and watch this situation deteriorate. They decided to join forces and put land to good use for the benefit of the community. Rapitse Montsho is an emerging farmer and Johan Liebenberg is a commercial farmer. They both join us on the program this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you, Rapitse and Johan, and thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News.
Thank you, Flo.
I'm going to start with you, Rapitse. How did it come about, this collaboration? I want to hear more about Dimoboso agriculture and the idea really of joining forces. I mean, we know that there's a lot of racial tension in Ventersdorp, and I'm sure there was a lot of resistance from farmers to join forces with you, perhaps in the past. Talk about how this happened and how you got to meet up with Johan and what you've developed now.
Flo, those who forget the past will always be condemned to repeat its mistakes. We should not forget the bad name that Ventersdorp has been given for wrong reasons. Myself and Johan then sat down and said, Johan, what kind of a farming collaboration and community that is interracial are we going to want to produce? And we then agreed that the fact that he has the best skills in farming and might have the wrong skills in politics, and I might have the bad skills in farming but might have the right skills in politics, only means that we should collaborate in the sense of wanting to exchange one skill for the experience of another.
Yeah.
And we did that in Ventersdorp, best known for racial tension, to say what should be the solution and how can we ensure that agriculture is used as an instrument of racial coexistence, but by extension also as an international commodity that can be sold internationally.
Yeah. Johan, how has this collaboration been received by the community of Ventersdorp, or more especially your fellow white farmers, given the racial tensions that, of course, we are speaking about? And, of course, I'm sure there are many in Ventersdorp who don't want Ventersdorp to be known as this place where there's a lot of racism. How did this collaboration, how has it been received by your community?
Flo, I'm not really a political person, and say I'm not walking around talking politics all day. My main thing is farming, and that was where the points that me and Rapitse came together on. We've been friends for such a long time. He's one of my best friends, and as it turned out, we had a common cause. We both of us love agriculture, and as a B, then we got together and we built something off that I think, both of us can aspire to, and I think people around us can also look at this as something that they can aspire to. So, yes, Flo.
All right. So, do you think that this will be encouraging, though, to other farmers? Do you think you'd want to have other farmers kind of having the same sort of collaborations, Johan, in the community, and perhaps this will then kind of put an end to what's been known as the racial issues in Ventersdorp? And I do hear you saying that you're not a person that likes to get into politics, but there's no doubt that you have, of course, observed the kind of area that you are in.
Flo, I surely hope so. The farmers that I deal with around my area, which is between the Ventersdorp and Koster area, surely. I mean, if the idea is workable and if the people that work in the idea works to the same goal and it's feasible, there can be no reason why people can't work together.
Yeah.
And yes, I believe that a lot of the farmers will see this as a positive thing and join hands and become involved.
Rapitse, how do you see this benefiting the community in Ventersdorp in the long run? And of course, we'd want this to go to even other communities, farming communities, not just in Ventersdorp. Do you see this as a way of inspiring change, what yourself and Johan are currently doing?
Yes, Flo, it's going to be one step at a time. But I can assure you, these are going to be 1,000 steps. And how we see it benefiting people is that it is a program that seeks to eradicate poverty in rural settings. Remember how the last step of any progress and any program actually arrives at rural communities as a latecomer. But of course, late is never a bad start. We need to start somewhere to ensure that the rural community are benefiting from the grassroots. Organic involvement is the best way of transforming the lives of the poor in rural settings.
Yeah. And how are you getting help in terms of developing your project? I mean, are you hoping, or are you perhaps going to be reaching out to government to further, expand your project with Johan Rapitse?
Johan, Flo, there are two programs that government seeks to involve itself with. The institutional participation, which government seeks to do, is one element where government says, we will give you fertilizer, we will give you fencing, we will give you this or the other. Is the involvement that government has been helping rural farmers. But what is happening is that you need to reach out to the white farmers who understand. Those people understand. They understand the health of the soil. And the first thing that Johan told me when he started to teach me, he calls me commander. He says, Commander, do not touch anything until you know the health of your soil. And the rural farmers, they just plant the same thing every year in and out, and that is a wrong approach.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you are learning from the white farmers who have been with it. And remember that farming nowadays is a business. Therefore, you must make sure that you accrue skills from the white farmers and translate them into equitable action within the environment of agriculture and use it as a transforming tool.
Now, Johan, we know that every sort of relationship is a sort of give and take. I mean, Rapitse has indeed spoken about what he's learning from you. But what is your take from this? I mean, Rapitse being an emerging farmer, you being a commercial farmer, so obviously you're on a larger scale. What are you then learning from each other, and what are you getting out of this relationship that you have had for so long with Rapitse, that you've now decided to collaborate on a business level?
Yes, as I call Rapitse Commander. As we've been friends for such a long time, I got to know him, and I've learned a lot from Rapitse. Rapitse is I can call one thing is stubborn devotion is one of them. And Rapitse, when he sets his mind to something, he doesn't let go. And he's such a warm-hearted person that it's easy to talk to him, and easy to ask him questions, and easy to ask him about anything. So yeah, it's been for me also a big learning curve, getting to know Rapitse and being involved with him for the last couple of years that we've been friends.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. And I really hope that many take your example, not just in Ventersdorp, but many other farming communities in our countries, and that we'll see many more of these sort of collaborations, which might, put an end to, all the ugly racial tensions that we've been subjected to in this country. And I appreciate both of you for coming on to the show this afternoon, and good luck to both of you. And let's hope that you'll grow it further.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, that's Rapitse Montsho and Johan Liebenberg. Johan being a commercial farmer, Rapitse being an emerging farmer, and the two of them, Ventersdorp farmers who have indeed come together, collaborated to work together on their different farms, and indeed to make a bigger, it's something bigger that they're doing at the end of the day, apart from the farming, indeed helping, of course, Ventersdorp farmers to kind of see the bigger picture at the end of the day. All right, so let's take a look at your sports news.